Hello and welcome to Food for Thought, Insights for Busy Leaders and Managers in just 150 seconds. Today I'd like to talk about corporate values, and in particular, the 4 types of corporate values as defined by Patrick Lencioni, great management thinker and author. And I think these distinctions are really helpful to help an organization and a leadership team to understand the different types of values when they're discussing the values for the business. So the first one are core values. They're what distinguish you in the marketplace, and they should be the foundations of everything that you do, and no compromise on these values. And that means living and breathing these values from the very top of the business. And they need to be ideally unique to your organization. And then you've got aspirational values, and they're values that you don't yet have, but that you need in order to succeed. So for example, if you've got a corporate strategy around growth, you may choose to have a value around experimentation. And that means tolerating mistakes, because in order to grow, you're going to be going through a lot of rapid change and you're going to be making a number of mistakes. And that it's okay to make some of those mistakes as long as you learn from them and move on. If that's the case, and you might not be doing that yet. So these are things that you say, yeah, we really need these things, but we don't have them yet. So let's talk about them as aspirational. But they're different to core. And another set that are different to core, and often confused with core, are values which are actually permission to play values. That if you actually don't abide by these values, you don't have permission to play in this company. We're going to ask you to leave. And there are things like honesty, integrity, and respect. And a lot of people get those confused with core values, because really it's better to have those sorts of values. Permission to play values are very common across lots of different types of businesses. They don't really distinguish you, but they are permission to play. If you break those values or devalue those values, you don't really belong in the business. And then you get accidental values, and accidental values are the things like that can often arise in the culture of an organization, but they're not necessarily spoken about, like staying long hours or working long hours, and that if you don't work long hours, you don't really belong or you're frowned upon. So they're things that are unspoken but accidental, and it's important to distinguish those as well. So when it comes to values, above all, stay curious.